Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Erin Sorensen and I'm excited to walk you through the Momentum Canvas Dissertation Navigation Guide and Planner. If you're a PhD student feeling overwhelmed by your dissertation or struggling to see progress, then this planner was designed specifically for you. I created the Momentum Canvas after completing my PhD in International Education Policy, and during my dissertation, I've discovered that traditional planning methods like simple to-do lists or calendars just weren't enough for the unique challenges of dissertation writing. And that's when I developed this system, which is based on Harvard Business Review's progress principle research, which shows that making progress in meaningful work is the most powerful motivator. So this planner transforms overwhelming dissertation chapters into manageable segments and makes invisible progress visible, and can help you build momentum through tracking small wins. And let's dive in and see exactly how it works. So this is one of 4 cover options. This is the floral cover option. There are others available on our website, depending on what you like. This planner does open with a clean start. You'll notice kind of this clean, calming design that's intentional to help make your planner feel like a supportive workspace, not another source of stress. And this planner opens with the invitation to plan smart, write steady, and defend with confidence. So the introduction outlines our 5 core principles that makes this system so effective. They are: get an overview of your dissertation journey, visualize progress, reflect the writing process, break it down, and track wins to maintain momentum. Each principle addresses a specific psychological challenge that dissertation writers face. So now we turn to the project section of the planner. This section has places to brainstorm, plan, and then also templates to help you keep track of your work. But before we dive into planning, we start with some honest self-reflection. So this reflect and take stock section asks you to examine 5 critical areas of your current dissertation approach. So first, your process. How do you currently approach dissertation writing? What's working well? What isn't? Next, your time. How much time can you realistically dedicate to writing each day? Some days you might have 30 minutes, others might be longer. Also, your schedule. When are your most productive writing hours? Are you a morning person or are you a night owl? Your environment. Where do you work best and what conditions help you to focus? And finally, accountability. How do you currently track progress? Do you need to make any changes to your approach and your accountability to make sure that you're maintaining consistent progress? This self-awareness and this reflection becomes the foundation for everything that follows. So here we move to the first building block of getting an overview, and this addresses one of the biggest challenges dissertation writers face, which is losing sight of the big picture while getting lost in the daily details. So this timeline page here gives you a 20-week overview where you can map your major milestones. While creating a timeline, I'd suggest working backward from your target completion date. So start by identifying an upcoming deadline in the next few months that works for you, like defending your proposal or submitting a draft, and then work back to identify the key milestones, such as like draft submission, defense date, data collection, chapter completions. Each milestone becomes a concrete target that guides your daily decisions. So this completion goals table connects directly to your timeline. Here you identify specific chapters that you're going to work on, set target finish dates, and, this is crucial, plan incentives for completing each milestone. So why are we doing incentives? Because dissertation work involves delayed gratification. You might work for months before experiencing the ultimate reward of graduation. So these smaller celebrations create motivation checkpoints along the way. And your incentive might be dinner at your favorite restaurant or a weekend hiking trip. The personal development plan here recognizes that you're not just writing a dissertation, you're growing as a scholar and preparing for your post-graduation career. This section helps you integrate dissertation work with broader development goals across fall, spring, and summer periods. So this overview that's here becomes your North Star. When you're feeling lost in the details of a particular chapter, you can return to this section to regain perspective on where you are in the overall journey. The About Your Research section helps you clarify the intellectual foundation of your study and is essential for maintaining focus throughout your dissertation journey. So this Goals section asks you to articulate what makes your study important, what challenges are you addressing. When you're struggling with motivation, returning to these fundamental questions reminds you why your work matters. Your Theoretical Framework section helps you organize the theories, beliefs, and prior research that shape your study. This becomes your intellectual GPS, guiding your understanding of your topic and the people or settings that you're studying. Research questions are the backbone of your entire dissertation. They guide every stage from proposal to writing. You can use this space to brainstorm, refine, and ensure that your questions connect to your overall study goals. And then finally, the methodology planning, which helps you think through your research methods, your data sources, and analysis strategies. The key is ensuring that these align with your research goals and are also feasible within your timeline and your resources. So this section is really a reference point throughout your dissertation journey, helping you to stay focused on your core intellectual contribution. So here's where the Momentum Canvas really shines, making invisible progress visible. You can spend days reading, thinking, planning, or analyzing data without producing visible output, which makes it easy to feel stuck even when you're making real progress. So these progress visualization pages contain multiple progress bars that you can adapt for any major task. Whether you're transcribing interviews, coding data, or reviewing literature, you break the work into manageable segments and track completion visually. So as you can see here, as you complete each segment, like of interview transcribing, you fill in the corresponding box. This transforms invisible intellectual work into tangible, visible achievement. You can also notice the incentive for completing line at the bottom. This is where you plan how to celebrate completing this entire task. There are 5 progress bar templates in the 6-month planner, with a note page on the opposite side to jot down patterns and insights that come up while you are working. This simple visual system makes a huge difference in maintaining motivation through the large, complex tasks that you'll complete. So one of the most damaging myths about academic writing is that it's either done or not done. Quality academic writing actually happens in multiple stages, and this matrix helps you to track sections through that process. So here's the 5 columns: pre-write, draft, revise, share, and polish. Each represents a distinct stage of writing development. Pre-write is your outlining and planning stage. Draft is getting ideas on paper without worrying about perfection. Revise shapes that rough content into something coherent. Share involves getting feedback. And polish creates the final form. So to use this matrix, You can list the chapter type at the top. In this case, it's a methodology chapter. And then you list the main sections for that chapter down the left side, so such as introduction, theoretical framework, etc. Then you track each section through the 5 writing stages. As you complete each stage for each section, you can mark the corresponding cell. And this means you might be outlining one section while drafting another and revising a third. And the matrix shows exactly where each piece stands and what needs attention next. There are 5 writing process templates in the 6-month planner, so you can break down different chapters with a note page on the opposite side of each template. This system helps to give you permission to write imperfectly in early stages while providing clear structure for improvement. So next comes the weekly and monthly planning section, and this section brings everything together into actionable weekly and daily tasks. So each month begins with this calendar overview. It is your wins calendar to record one dissertation achievement each day, no matter how small that might be. This might be transcribed part of an interview or outlined the discussion section. The key is acknowledging wins to help you see at a glance all the small and large things that you've accomplished. The weekly pages help you translate your big picture planning into specific tasks. You'll see space for the projects, where you can list priority tasks for a few different projects that you might be working on. So maybe you're working on your dissertation while also completing a research assistantship and trying to publish some of your own papers. There's also daily planning, where you assign these project tasks to specific days, and you can also put in meetings. And then there's a notes section for insights, meeting takeaways, or brainstorming, and an inspirational quote to begin your weekly planning session. So this planner includes 30 weekly spreads covering a 6-month intensive dissertation period. And each spread contains a different inspirational quote from writers, researchers, and thinkers who understand this creative process, and also additional note pages that are between each weekly spread. So what makes the Momentum Canvas so effective is that it's grounded in the Harvard Business Review's progress principle, which is the finding that making progress in meaningful work is the single most powerful motivator. By making your invisible dissertation work visible and trackable, you create multiple opportunities for progress recognition each week. So this is more than just a planner. It's a support system designed specifically for the unique challenges of dissertation writing. So are you ready to transform your dissertation experience? Here's how to start. Complete the Reflect and Take Stock section here at the beginning of the projects. Then also create your overview timeline. And then choose one building block to implement first. So whether that is one of these progress bars or a writing process template, just don't try to do everything at once. Take things one step at a time and start with one practice at a time. But establish a weekly planning rhythm and start your wins calendar immediately. This simple practice of completing a monthly win calendar helps to build momentum faster than any other single strategy. And it's so easy to do. Your dissertation is absolutely achievable when you have the right system and support. So the dissertation journey is challenging, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming. The Momentum Canvas provides a research-based system that addresses both the practical and the psychological aspects of dissertation completion. So combined with the Visualize Your Progress dissertation course and personalized consulting, you can have comprehensive support for your dissertation journey. And you can learn more at momentumcanvas.com. So every completed dissertation was written one page at a time. Your dissertation awaits the same journey. And with a Momentum Canvas, you're well equipped for success. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to celebrating your dissertation success.